Hi crafters, this is Jerry with Crafty Stash, and I'm going to show you a way, or the way. I have things everywhere. So let's just straighten stuff up, shall we? Okay, I'm going to show you the Crafter's Companion Swirl Easel die uh, set. And this is Create a Card from Crafter's Companion. And this particular one, I believe, was called, I'm going to say, I don't know. I think it was called, I don't remember. Whatever it was. Anyway, there's two of them someplace, and when you think you're organized and just you're not. Anyway, this is what it's going to turn out to be. And it will just come out like this, and I'll put a stopper there. But I'm just going to show you the basic how-to, and then you can fiddle with it from there. Really simple to do. It's just a matter of doing it. Do it a few times with scrap paper and you'll get it down just fine. So what I did, just basically, and then we'll go through it, is I took a piece of 11 by 5.5 paper, folded it in half, and it will fit perfectly into a 6 by 6 envelope. Fold that in half, and then we will cut it out using, I'm going to use my Gemini Junior for this and show you that as well. So you're going to fold it in half. You're going to take the larger of the two edge dies and put it on there and put it up enough to leave a fold. You don't want to cut it all the way through. You don't want to cut it like this. You want to cut it so that there's a bit of a fold up top. So you'll have done that. And then you want to open it up, and I'll just show you the sandwich that I used, how I did this. So you have your cutting plate, your metal shim, because it is an intricate die, although I cut this without the metal shim and it did just fine. And you're just going to cut half of it, so half of it will have to be sticking out a little bit. Your metal shim, and let's put this back on top of here. This is how it'll look. You'll place your dies that will cut the inside of this, leave a border around it. Okay, and so you'll have that. Then you'll want to take your metal, your magnetic shim, put it on top of there. I think it goes this way. I have to check it every time. Now you have to hold things down. Make sure you put enough low-tack tape on there to hold everything down. Put that on top. Put your top plate, and then we'll use the shim on top of that. And you see how my shim is bowed like that? It will, you need to make sure you do them upside down, right side out, turn it around, do it upside down and everything. But still, even though I did that, it bowed. This will come out. I've done it a few times. I set it in boiling water, and when it's still warm, I put it through the Gemini a few times, flattens it right out, no problem. But we're going to do it like this for right now. And then you're going to take your Gemini Junior, run it through, da 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 da, like my sound effects, da 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 da. My kids make fun of me all the time. And then we're going to take this out, your top plate out, very gently take your magnetic out, and underneath here, I want to leave the metal shim in here just for the time being. We're going to emboss. So you take your embossing pad very gently so it doesn't all fall apart. Put your, you don't want to keep the metal plate under there. I just use it to slide it over there. The embossing mat, and then Put that back in there. You want to keep this die in there, make sure it's in the right place, because then you're going to run it through again with the top plate and the shim again. We run it through, and that will emboss it. Okay, easy enough, easy peasy squeezy. Now the only thing that I did not do on it yet is this is the score die, and I will do that in just a moment. Okay, so I'm taking this out very carefully because see all the little tendrils and everything that there are in here. Just a couple of pieces left, and these get stuck in the little tendrils. You have to be very careful. You have no trouble cutting, but you just don't want to whip through and see all the little pieces. It's so pretty. Okay, so we'll have put that back. Now you want the embossed side on the outside. Okay, so see how nice that is? Very nice. Blah blah blah. Now I always get these little pieces stuck on my embossing because it tends to be staticky. So what I found is all you use is your lint roller and pulls them right up. Duh! Tip for the day. Okay, so there that goes. We're taking that down. Now, the only thing that you want to do is you want to put this through with your scorer die. So I just put it on the inside. Take a couple pieces of tacky, low tack tape. I use washi tape, but even with washi tape, you got to be careful. Now we're going to put it down on that. Put my magnetic. Put my top plate and my plastic shim. And let's actually do this. Okay, love my Gemini because I can leave it right like this. I don't have to stand up and crank something, hold it down. This is going to stay where it stays. I can move it backwards and forwards on my table. I'm just love this. So, take your pieces apart. And be careful taking your washi tape off because I found that it even will tear your paper. It depends on your paper. Okay. Put that somewhere you won't forget where you put it because I lose things all the time. All right, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is a tiny little score line all the way across. Okay. Just don't worry about that right now, but you have the score line on the inside because you will be folding it back. And this is how you're going to be doing it. You have this like this, and you're going to fold it backwards. Now you notice I did this differently. The tendril is at the bottom here, the top there. You know, if it matters to you, watch how you place it on your paper when you put it down, because you know it's kind of like a mirror image. You are going to be putting it this way and then putting it that way. So think about it before you do it, and especially if you have some pattern paper, make sure you take care of it. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is cut out another piece of this, because what this is going to do, your bottom piece is going to be your easel folded piece. The top piece is going to be what's going to pop up and show. So you need to cut another one of these. So all you would do with that, again, is take your paper. I'll just use the back of this. You want a full size. You're not going to have a fold there. You're going to have a full size piece of paper like this, and you're going to cut it out. But the difference will be, and it'll go like this, the difference will be you're going to want to take your die to cut the outside. Okay, since these are inside cutters, they won't pop out unless you put this die on it. So what you're going to do, find which way it goes, you're going to do it like that. This is the smaller of the two. This is the large one that you used for the outside to cut the whole paper. This one will be the small one that will help you to cut this out. Okay? And it'll go and it'll pop out like that. All right? We got it. So here we have our second piece. And what you will do is sit it on top of the piece that you have here, and you will have these little tendrils to contend with. So if you have one of those micro tip liquid glue, I would use one of those, or better yet, put it through your Xyron, and that way all you have to do is just stick it on there. Now remember, if you do put it through your Xyron, to mask this top part, because that's not going to stick down anywhere. Okay, so you're going to have it down like this. You're going to fold this back part. So all you're going to do, actually, the only pieces that are going to be stuck are going to be the bottom half. So think about that. And that's what I had. Now I had to just think about that. So make sure that you have your piece is, have it folded. And I have it folded. This is the only piece you want it connected to. So you're only going to be Xyroning the bottom part. So think about how you're going to do that. I just used the liquid glue and I just attached it to the bottom. And that's as easy as that. So there you have it. Now what I did is I took this pattern paper, I did it on the back and the front. When you fold it in half, you're folding the wrong sides together. And then I cut another piece to put on the inside for my sentiment. And you pop it up, and there you go. Now if you just want it to, you can do it. There's lots of different ways. There's a video, and I'm going to connect you to it. This gal that does it, like, there's 21 different ways you can do this, and it's very, very cool. But you can do the bottom one will always be solid, I would hope, and then your top, you can put a solid piece behind there as well. And you can take a look at her video. She doesn't show you how to, she just shows you what you can do. So if you have a question about that, just let me know and I'll do another video on that. Okay, very cool. Well, have fun with your Crafter's Companion Swirl Easel die set, and we will see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.